2013 is a blessed year for the God's kingdom here on earth. We have witnessed miraculous expansion, unparalleled blessings, and insurmountable growth that no man could ever imagine. In just a span of 29 years, the ministry of the kingdom of Jesus Christ has branched in every corner of the globe, even in impermeable countries such as Middle East, Africa, Europe, Balkan nations, North and South America, and many parts of Asia. Never has a year been so blessed. Never has a year been so full of marvelous miracles, so full of surprises, so overflowing with God's great abundance.
The year 2013.
The year of abundant, bountiful, and fruitful harvest.
With that declaration from the appointed Son of God himself, 2013 indeed took off with a bang. The Kingdom Nation had its hands full as the Father Almighty showered His abundant blessing upon His people. From the newly acquired Kingdom compounds to its very own aero vehicles, and not to mention its flagship project, the Kingdom, the Father has truly blessed His nation abundantly with a clear-cut announcement to the whole world that indeed His Kingdom is now here on earth. The Kingdom is the Kingdom of Jesus Christ flagship project, said to be the world's biggest indoor cathedral that can accommodate 50,000 people at once. And early this year, the executive pastor officially signed the contract to build the Kingdom.
This is the contract we'll be signing, and officially we will now be starting the Kingdom project.
Together with this was a surprise blessing from the Father, as Pastor Apollo also officially signed the contract for the acquisition of the executive pastor's helicopter with the representatives of Bell Helicopter. Newly acquired Kingdom compounds in the world's major cities also mark the inevitable and undeniable expansion of the Kingdom, penetrating the first world countries. As the Almighty Father blesses His Kingdom nation, the appointed Son continues to share the blessings to millions of people, especially to poor and destitute children. From the gate up to the farthest end of the KJC compound in Davao City, every meter of Sunshine Land exudes with excitement for the 8th National Children's Day, commemorating the birthday of Pastor Apollo, dedicated for all children.
Pinagpala nga tayo ng Ama at dinedicate ko ang April 25 na birthday ko, na hindi ko na birthday kundi birthday ng lahat ng kabataang Pilipino who are malnourished, who are poor, who needs shelter, who needs the care.
The grand event had its second leg of celebration the day after in Pastor Apollo's birthplace, Barangay Tamayong in Calinan District.
Today's big celebration is beyond imagination.
There was a simultaneous celebration in different regions and cities all over the Philippines and different parts of the world, such as Indonesia, Malaysia, Ukraine, England, Scotland, United States of America, and Canada.
From your heart comes true love. You really are sent from above.
Another remarkable year for the CJFI, as May marked the birth of another bundle of joy for the Children's Joy Foundation, William Alexander Manaday. Wax is the youngest sibling of Victoria, David, and Isabella, and is the youngest ambassador of the CJFI. In the meantime this year, the global mission of CJFIs started to reach out to the Aboriginal groups of the First Nation community's children in Hobbema, Alberta, Canada. On the other hand, the volunteers of Children's Joy Foundation International gathered at the Kingdom's Beach Resort in the island of Samal to host the second Children's Fun and Talent Day, where thousands of CJFI beneficiaries, together with other children from different welfare agencies, were treated to a beach picnic they have never experienced before. Courtesy of CJFI and Pastor Apollo Siki Buloy, the beach outing has become a tradition of cooperation and alliance between CJFI, the Philippine government, and the different NGOs and agencies who cater to children and young people alike.
Mas more fun ngayon.
Thank you so much to the Children's Joy Foundation.
Salamat po sa inyo, Pastor.
Located at the equator of the world, the Philippines is prone to calamities including earthquake and typhoon. And in emergencies like this, CJF is always first to rescue and give aid. On the onslaught of the 7.2 magnitude earthquake that rocked the country's central islands, CJFI mobilized a series of massive relief operations for the earthquake victims.
Dako dyan ni kayog tabang sa mga naipiktuhan.
And recently, the Philippines suffered one of the biggest catastrophes in history as the strongest typhoon ever recorded on Earth hit the central part of the Philippines.
This is probably one of the top 12, so the top dozen of all storms ever seen on this planet.
Pastor Apollo Siki Buloy's Children's Joy Foundation Incorporated was one of the first to respond and provide relief operations to the distraught area. The Children's Joy Foundation Incorporated volunteers put up a massive relief operations, medical missions, and conducted 24/7 non-stop serving of hot meals for the typhoon survivors.
Sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan na sinalanta, kami po ay narito tutulong sa lahat ng aming makakayanan at naway lalo kayong maliwanagan, hindi kayo mawawala ng pag-asa. Panahon na ito upang tayo ay magkaisa, magtulungan at lalong-lalo na lumapit na sa tunay na paglilingkod.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
In an effort to extend comfort and love to the victims, the Children's Joy Foundation gave a Christmas treat for survivors in the most hit province of the Super Typhoon Yolanda. Early Noche Buena packs were distributed and livelihood gifts were granted to some of those who lost their means of living.
Merry Christmas, Kuya Nestor, and Happy New Year. Maraming salamat.
The New York Times, a prestigious daily American newspaper, commended the foundation for being one of the first few organizations to rescue and provide help to the survivors of the onslaught of Typhoon Yolanda. Moreover, CJFI's hard works and labor of love is encapsulated in an award handed over by Department of Social Welfare as the Best Agency of the Year, just in time for the Foundation's 15th year of providing a home for thousands of destitute children and education for the millions of children in the Philippines.
We'd like to recognize the partnership that we have started. We share in the vision of really promoting the welfare of our children.
In the first week of August, the Josemaria College celebrated the 12th founding anniversary with the founder and president of the Josemaria College, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy. The second phase resorts-like lobby and dancing fountain at New JMC Plaza, and the completed third phase are just some of the new facilities at the Josemaria College. Paving way to an increase of education scholars sponsored by Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy's Gift of Education program. To date, about 80% of students at the Josemaria College are scholars with free tuition and even school allowance.
And in our plans also, we will continue our gift of education to those deserving students.
And at the latter part of the year, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, the founding president of the Josemaria College, sent over 15 faculty members to the top-of-the-line universities in the United States of America. Among these are Harvard University, and Boston University in Massachusetts, USA.
His activism as being a Holocaust survivor.
Princeton University in New Jersey. Yale University in Connecticut, and Stanford University in California, USA, for a university visit and to establish linkages. The Sunshine Philippines movement celebrated its 8th year of environmental restoration, rehabilitation, and preservation. This year, another record of planting 50,000 more trees all over the Philippines, 5,000 of which are pine tree saplings planted at the foothills of Mount Apo. The magic of Christmas from the Heart continues in its year of decade as the Sunshine Media Network International aired more inspiring segments that have touched millions of people. With Pastor Apollo's genuine ministry for the poor, Many government leaders, prominent personalities, recognized his noble actions, thus asking him relevant advice as they pay courtesy calls to the good pastor. And this year, there are quite a number of them. The year 2013 kicked off with government leaders and prominent personalities of the country paying courtesy call to Pastor Apollo. Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV, Senator Loren Legarda, Senator Gregorio Gringo Honasan, Senator Cynthia Villar, Senator Francis Chis Escudero, Senator Edgardo Sani Angara, former Senator Juan Miguel Mig Zubiri, and former Senator and real estate mogul Manny Villar. Day in and day out, the Kingdom compound is always abuzz with luminaries, televiewers, businessmen, and among others, who travel a long way to Davao City just to pay courtesy to the appointed son. Congressman Samuel Pagdilao Jr., former Congressman and Transportation and Communications Secretary Pantaleon Alvarez, former Philippine President Joseph Erap Estrada and his son, San Juan City Representative Joseph Victor J.V. Ejercito, former Philippine Ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Mr. Roy Señeres, among others. High-ranking military officials paid a courtesy visit to Pastor Apollo from time to time to seek spiritual and leadership guidance. Armed Forces of the Philippines Vice Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Alan Luga, Major General Ariel Bernardo, AFP Command Center Chief Brigadier General Oscar Lactao, AFP Real Estate Office Chief Colonel Ramon Roque Jueves, Task Force Davao Commander Colonel Casiano Munilla, Brigadier General Lisandra Suerte, Retired Lieutenant General Jorge Segovia, Commanding General Major General Ricardo Rainier Cruz, Retired Vice Admiral and now Assistant Vice President and Security Head of the Energy Development Corporation, Admiral Ferdinand S. Goles, while veteran actress Susan Rosas with daughter Grace Polia Manzares personally went to the KJC compound to ask spiritual counsel from the good pastor. Pastor Apollo was personally invited by Palawan's Honorable Mayor Edward Hagedorn to visit the world-renowned Puerto Princesa underground river, which was declared as one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Philippine media's queen of talk and game shows and youngest sister of the President Benigno Aquino III, Miss Chris Aquino, together with her staff and production team, came to Davao City to film a feature of Pastor Apollo for her TV program's anniversary episode. Yoojun Park, a famous electronic violinist and world-class performer from South Korea, guested in the appointed son's nightly program, Give Us This Day, to showcase her talent live on television.
너무 행복했습니다. 감사합니다. salamat po.
Pastor Apollo hosted a very special episode of Give Us This Day with his guest, Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV. Philippine election lawyer Attorney Romulo Macalintal and Japanese investors, on the other hand, came to visit Pastor Apollo at the Glory Mountain. Meanwhile, a live broadcast of the Sunshine Media Network International's Election Watch 2013 aired blow-by-blow update of the Philippine senatorial midterm elections. After a while, Pastor Apollo attended the inauguration ceremony of Davao City Mayor-elect Rodrigo Duterte. The good mayor is a longtime friend of Pastor Apollo, who has witnessed the humble beginning of the kingdom up to its expansion throughout the world.
The harvest is indeed very fruitful for the year 2013. Simultaneous mass baptism reaching to thousands of decided new kingdom citizens every quarter embarks that truly the year 2013 was phenomenal. And this is not only limited to national scale, but this kingdom of God revealed on earth today keeps on expanding, even to the nations that were believed to be impermeable. This colossal work was made possible through the television ministry of the appointed Son of God, as well as by the mass number of kingdom reinforcement that are sent abroad to spread this gospel of the kingdom.
"2013 had an eventful start with the biggest Thanksgiving and worship presentation held at the Inaras Convention Center in Antipolo City, Philippines, with the appointed Son of God, Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy. An enormous crowd gathers for 2013's first Thanksgiving and worship presentation in February 11 at the Kingdom of Jesus Christ Open Field in the New Jerusalem, Davao City, Philippines. Also, the whole Kingdom Nation attended the midweek Thanksgiving and worship presentation, where Pastor Apollo preached before the global audience in the Filipino vernacular.
The Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name of...
Also in the first quarter of the year, the Sunshine Media Network International broadcast the first back-to-back telecast of Pastor Apollo's program, Powerline, an early morning riser for Filipinos of televiewers and radio listeners all over the Philippines. Now on a new format and in real-life setting, Powerline is the world's window to the Paradise Garden of Eden restored by the Almighty Father through His appointed Son. Celebrating 39 years of the Son's anointing, Pastor Apollo delivered the fresh manna of revelations in a special live midweek Thanksgiving and worship presentation. A special Thanksgiving and worship presentation and a warm welcome of all Kingdom citizens greeted the 8th anniversary of the birth of the Father's Kingdom Nation. After 8 years since April 13, 2005, the appointed Son of God rejoices because of the spiritual conquest, and the tremendous expansion of God's kingdom on earth was amazingly overwhelming. A fulfillment of the Almighty Father's purpose to build a nation, His kingdom on earth, where He is King and His laws written in the hearts and minds. Not my will be done. On the other hand, now known as the Sunshine Media Network International, ACQ Kingdom Broadcasting Network launched 10 years ago through an unforgettable debut of its satellite signal on the occasion of Pastor Apollo's 53rd birthday. Just after the birth of the ACQ KBN, this spiritual talk show on Primetime TV was born. So on the 30th of May, Give Us This Day also celebrates a decade of excellent music, lively discussions, and spiritual enlightenment in an intimate living room live fellowship. First aired in 2003, and since then, the Almighty Father through His temple and spokesperson, the appointed Son of God, has been harvesting millions of sons and daughters across the universe.
Afghanistan,
Atlantic Ocean,
Bahrain,
Belgium,
Brunei,
Morocco,
mainland China.
Colombia, Ghana, Africa, Asia.
28 years a son was given to the world.
On September 13, the Kingdom Nation celebrated the 10th anniversary of the sonship of the appointed Son of God, Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy.
The world has waited for this moment, and it has come.
To continue the fruitful harvest of ripened souls, last October 10, away from the hustle and bustle of waiting for long lines at the airport and commercial travels, Pastor Apollo kicked off his 2013 North American tour on board with his private jet, which departed straight from the Kingdom's very own hangar. And the harvest continues in the United States of America as Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy led an enormous multicultural crowd in the path of genuine truth and freedom. in a special Thanksgiving and worship presentation held at the Grand Ballroom of the Warner Center Marriott in Woodland Hills, California, USA.
What the hand clap offering?
The growth of the Kingdom Sentinels of Light in the country has likewise resulted to the formation of the Kingdom Youth Orchestra in LA, composed of Keepers Club members from various schools and universities in California. This King is Coming tour was followed by another Thanksgiving and worship presentation at the Kingdom Worship Center compound in Van Nuys, which was exclusively participated by Kingdom leaders.
Denomination and religion in the church age, a normal, born again in the spirit of obedience to His will. Right now.
There was also impressive increase in the number of full-time miracle workers in the North American continent. The Fellowship with the Appointed Son has geared them up for the immense production of sons and daughters to fulfill the revelation that 70,000 souls will be gathered in Los Angeles alone. With the Appointed Son of God's non-stop preaching 24 hours, 7 times a day, reaching 200 countries and 2,000 cities all over the world through Globecast World TV, a colossal number of repentant souls have decided to enlist themselves in kingdom citizenship and took an oath to do only the Father's will, no matter what. Every quarter of the year, we likewise saw the grand spiritual yield of thousands of new kingdom citizens who have been enlightened by the message of the Appointed Son in a simultaneous mass baptism held worldwide. This marked the spiritual revolution now taking place in an international scale. Instrumental to this is the round-the-clock broadcast of the Gospel of the Kingdom via Sunshine Media Network International. And in the last quarter of the year, the trend abundant, bountiful, and fruitful harvest is replicated all over the world, and it all started in the Kingdom Nation's capital city, the New Jerusalem, Davao City, Philippines, where close to 2,000 received kingdom citizenship by water baptism. Baptism rites were held in the KLCs all over Asia, the Middle East, United States and Canada, Australia, North and South Africa, Europe, and the Balkan nations. Indeed, in 2013, the harvest was bountiful in the kingdom, and because of profuse number of enlightened souls accepting and embracing the message of the Appointed Son of God, the harvest has even extended to the first quarter of 2014. Where 10,000 new kingdom citizens decided to enter into the covenant with the Father Almighty through water immersion.
Kristo. Kumanin ninyo mga kaigsunan na kamo tawag ka lang sa mahal para din na makongkasyon. Ayaw mong lakaw sa inyong lugar karon, kayo mo na nga ang lakal ninyo paingon sa kaluwasan. Uman mo sa Cultural Revolution na ito, Financial Revolution o Revolution of Excellence, huwag kong tanang samahan ang inyong daang kinabuhi, karon pag-una ang pagtunghamon sa inyo. Espiritu na sa pag-una.
This exponential growth is evident in the increasing number of delegates on the special gathering of sons and daughters in the central headquarters, New Jerusalem, Davao City, Philippines. It is harvest time. It is a harvest of the talents of the world, of the dedicated kingdom youths, accepting the Almighty Father's highest calling in their lives. Thousands upon thousands of young people gather in the New Jerusalem for the 13th International Youth Congress.
You are the keepers of the youth of the world. You are the light of the world.
2013 has also been significant for the dynamic bloom of the Keepers Club International in harvesting young souls and talents by reaching out to all schools, colleges, and universities, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. Thousands of Kingdom citizens from across the globe have flown to their home, the New Jerusalem, Davao City, Philippines, in time for the 17th International Kingdom Leaders Convention and the celebration of the Kingdom Nations' 28th anniversary. The two-week-long event kicked off with a tribute to the King, where emissaries from the numerous Kingdom Sentinels of Light paid homage to the appointed Son and King for the bountiful harvest and blessings that the Almighty Father had bestowed upon them. Among the activities of the convention, the fellowship with Pastor Apollo is the fundamental event for the Kingdom leaders.
We are in here for world conquest. We will conquer the whole world.
Meanwhile, another school year of the Kingdom Children Growth School began. Personally, Pastor Apollo fellowships with the children to impart the values and standard of the Father Almighty.
The Almighty Father said, we will train you so that when you grow old, you will become like me. Obedient, committed to the will of the Almighty Father. That's the purpose why you are here.
As the number of sons and daughters grow in multitude worldwide, more and more Kingdom citizens are groomed in the standard of leadership, excellence, and integrity of the appointed Son. This year, even the number of Kingdom leaders multiplied exponentially. On the opening of June, The ACQ College of Ministries welcome another batch of future leaders of the kingdom who will soon be sent out to the world to administer the numerous sentinels of light as the appointed sons and emissaries. With the mandate to expand the kingdom territories and bear much fruits for the great general harvest, Pastor Apollo led the installation of the thousands of kingdom citizens from the New Jerusalem and different Kingdom Light congregations who committed as new full-time miracle workers and commissioned newly installed leaders in their areas of responsibilities in separate events. And as a form of thanksgiving for the bountiful and fruitful year of harvest, the whole kingdom nation, together with the appointed son, bid goodbye to the latter year and welcome 2014 with greater energy and vision to a more victorious and massive expansion of the kingdom nation around the world in the year ahead.
Let us look at more blessings, more victories, more triumphs. The half has never yet been told.
Truly, the year 2013 was the year of the abundant, bountiful, and fruitful harvest of the kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. And the victories and massive expansion of the kingdom's dominion all over the world will not stop, but continue on the year ahead with the appointed Son of God, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, who administers the Almighty Father's kingdom of heaven on earth.
In 2013, it has gone by as fast as it came in. To some, it may be a tribute, but for the kingdom nation, 2014 means one more year of massive expansion and bountiful harvest of souls as the world shrinks in 29 years for the reach of the gospel of the kingdom. The Almighty Father never ceased to display miracles in His kingdom since the beginning of time, just to show to the world that this is not the ministry of man, but this is the ministry that all prophets have long been waiting for. This is the kingdom of God here on earth.